There is too much pressure on arriving and forgetting to enjoy the journey. Hey, I'm Chase, a Perth-based bodyworker for women specializing in sensual and kind of massage. And thank you for the question. This one is definitely a concern for a lot of women and a lot of my clients, is not being able to relax. So obviously the key thing here to reach that arrival is really about creating a mind and body connection, right? So instead of getting too in your head about arriving or reaching your big O, instead of putting that pressure on that, I always tell clients to not worry about having to arrive, all right, and just enjoying the experience for what it is. And you can always book another time. There's always another session, and a lot of times it does take a couple of sessions. I have discussed about this more in detail about what other sessions are going to look like in some of my other videos, so feel free to check them out. But taking that pressure off having to get everything done in that one session can really make that first session much better. And so what I mean by creating that mind and body connection is really about, having that conscious awareness of yourself, your body, the fact that the big O really is just, nerves, muscle contractions, muscle spasms inside down there running from your brain, right? So it's running down these nerves, releasing these endorphins and letting these muscles contract and spasm. And so trying to, it's like, have you ever been tickled? And you get in this ticklish state, right? Because you've created that mind and body connection to a tickle because someone's tickled you, and then you've become hyper ticklish, right? And so when you're hyper ticklish, like anything tickles you at that point, you've created that mind and body connection to that spasm, right? And so it's about trying to connect your mind and body to that kind of spasm instead of a tickle spasm. You don't want that, but you want that connection, that kind of connection. And so what I practice really is creating a really relaxing space, from the carpet to the oils to the table to the hot and cold temperatures of the aircon and the warm oil, and being able to incorporate things like suggestion. I could be massaging up the body, and every time I massage up her lower back, I can talk to her briefly if we're trying to get into a more relaxed state, and talk to her about every time that I'm moving my hand up your back and around to your shoulders, you're feeling twice as relaxed, even deeper relaxed. And as I move my hand back around the lower body, you're getting more relaxed. Good. Connecting your mind and your body to every part of your body that I am touching, and thinking about the speed that I'm going, and taking some deep breaths in and slowly out, and just connecting with my hands and the body. And you're talking about touch and all these other kinds of things. And through suggestion, through relaxation, through trust, through just everything, it's just like a whole nother level. It really is. And having that mind-body connection, and having maybe more than one session, and feeling comfortable with me and feeling comfortable in this environment and with everything that I have here, I'm sure you'll be able to get to the point you want. And if you can't with me, that is okay as well. This is a part of a journey that you're going out and being that adventurer and finding what it is in your life that relaxes you, connects you to your body, gets you to that big O. And that might be other things. That might be women that offer this service. You know, women know a woman's body a bit better than a guy ever could. So yeah, but this could be it. This could be it. And otherwise, if you want to support this channel, I really appreciate listening through this far of the video. Send it a like, comment, tag, favorite, share, tag your best friend that might need this. And otherwise, thanks. I'm Chase, and ciao.